What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a great day as always. Just want to say quickly, in the link below in the description, there are a few different channels, whether it's my Twitch, Kick, or my other YouTube channel, and my TikTok, where I stream to all 4 platforms simultaneously on a pretty much daily basis during the week at least. Please do come follow me on those, because I'd love to interact with you guys on a little bit more of a personal level, and it's just good fun to play some games and just have a chat while we're doing it. So anyway, without getting all caught up in that, let's talk about today's news, which PlayStation have named Hideo, I'm not going to pronounce it, but this guy, and Herman Hulst as the new CEOs. So Sony Group Corporation and Sony Interactive Entertainment, SIE, the company behind PlayStation, has announced a leadership change effective on June 1st, 2024. Hideki Nishono, I'm going to go with that, will be appointed CEO of SIE Platforms Business Group, and Herman Hulst will be appointed CEO of SIE's Studio Business Group. Hiroki Totoki, who has served as interim CEO of SIE since former CEO Jim Ryan stepped down in March, will serve as chairman of SIE, in addition to his role as president, COO, CFO of Sony Group Corporation. So, Nishino and Hulst will both report to Totoki. Cool. Okay, it's a bit like a Phil Spencer situation, and then you got Sarah Bond and all the other people, but just 2 for this situation. In a statement, Totoki explained Sony Interactive Entertainment is a dynamic and growing business that delivers incredible entertainment experiences through the connection of content and technology. These 2 leaders will have clear responsibilities and will manage strategic direction to ensure the focus remains on a deepening engagement with existing PlayStation users and expanding experiences to new audiences. Nishino's current role at the company is as SVP Platform Experience Group, which pushes the boundaries of play in many ways, including the innovations in PlayStation 5, the immersiveness of PlayStation VR 2, and connecting millions of people on PlayStation Network. We will continue to connect players and creators throughout the world-class products, services, and technology. We always strive to grow our community even bigger with innovation in every area at Sony Interactive Entertainment, Nishino said. I am honored to be appointed such an important role alongside Herman. By working more closely together, we will be positioned to build incredible experiences for an ever-expanding audience now and in the future. As the company's SVP and head of PlayStation Studios, Hulst's responsibilities have included developing content for PCs and PlayStation consoles and bringing video games IP to new mediums such as film and television through PlayStation products. So this is good news. He's obviously got more power now, and I'm all for the PC ports. I'm a PC player primarily myself, so having more games coming to PC is great. I want them day and date because I prefer not to have to go out and spend £500 on another box when I have a very expensive gaming PC already. I would rather just play my games there, and I wouldn't have to go out and buy a PlayStation every few years that they release a new one, and I could just play the games the best way through, which is on PC the first time, personally, in my opinion. Hulst said, I am thrilled to lead the studio's business group and continue to build on our success with PlayStation 5 while preparing for the future. The video game industry is one of the largest entertainment industries in the world and has been built on the marriage of content and technology, and I look forward to continuing to push the boundaries of play and entertainment. Ryan announced his retirement, as we all know, in September 2023 after 30 years with Sony. He joined what was then known as Sony Corporate Entertainment Europe in 1994. Just before the first PlayStation was released, Ryan was named president and CEO in 2018. I've relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company, working with great people and incredible partners, Ryan said, but I found it increasingly difficult to reconcile living in Europe and working in North America. I will leave having been privileged to work on products that have touched millions of lives across the world. PlayStation will always be part of my life, and I feel more optimistic than ever about the future of SIE. So that is the big news there with PlayStation, which is very interesting. Things will be changing going forward with PlayStation like they are with Xbox. In the end of the day, we all know that games are becoming more and more expensive to develop. I can see more and more ports being done to PC getting closer to day and date because they need to earn that money. And also future games potentially coming to Xbox. Games like Helldivers 2, I can imagine, will be coming to Xbox at some point. There is no benefit to having that game locked down to a PlayStation. Having it available to more people will expand the life of that game because it is an online live service game. So, a bit like how Xbox has done with Sea of Thieves, it makes sense to bring those games to other platforms. And of course, we're going to see more PC ports. But the other bit of news I want to talk about is Square Enix is giving up on PlayStation 5 exclusives in favor of a new multi-platform strategy. And this is long overdue because their games have been selling less and less over time. And they're just not releasing them because of the money they get from Sony. And clearly this isn't enough money they're getting from Sony because they are panicking and now redoing the reboot of the company. So let's have a read through this. It seems like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth sales have fallen below expectations as Square Enix outlines a new reboot approach to boost profiles. Microsoft and Sony have both leaned into multi-platform strategies in 2024, and now Square Enix is set to follow suit after its latest financial report. The company recently published a new medium-term business plan where it outlined 4 pillars designed to reboot and awaken Square Enix over the next 3 years. While some of these pillars consist of vague business jargon like optimizing the development footprint of digital entertainment and initiatives for additional foundational stability, one pillar describes a push towards releasing more games across multiple platforms. Under the diversify earnings opportunities pillar, it specifically states aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that includes Nintendo platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and PCs. And this is just great news, and I hope we're going to start seeing this very, very soon, because at the end of the day, the more people that get to play these games, the better. Like, this, Square Enix is not owned by Sony. Yes, they may get money handed by Sony because Sony just dumped a load of money into them, but at the end of the day, Square Enix is not a dedicated developer to one platform, and having all these Final Fantasy games available where people actually want to play is going to be really huge for them, because at the end of the day, as I said it before in many videos, most PC players don't want to go out and buy a console. There is a reason games like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War on PC did very well, and that's because those people didn't go out and buy a console to play those games. When they came to PC, there was the massive amount of people who hadn't experienced those games because they don't want to own a console. When you spend excuse me, 1,000 to like 5 grand some people spend on a gaming PC. Like myself, I have a 4090 and a 12900K, and I will be upgrading to a 5090 because I just love having the best stuff on PC. It is expensive, and you don't want to have to go out and buy a console all the time when you have bought an extremely expensive gaming machine that just stomps on any of the consoles. So you know, I will be waiting for these games in future. I will not own another console probably going forward because there is no point. Now the games are coming to PC, and it doesn't impact Sony at all because I'm still paying for their games. I might not be buying their console, which sometimes they take as a loss anyway, so it's probably going to be better. Selling software is always better than selling hardware. That's how you make more money. Build an environment where more customers can enjoy our titles in regards to major franchises and AAA titles, including catalog titles, the report adds. Excuse me. Elsewhere, under the same pillar, Square Enix plans to maximize digital sales of new titles and pursue initiatives designed to win over PC users, which describes as a growth market. Again, hinting at PC stuff. PC is a big part of the gaming industry, and it has been abandoned by PlayStation, originally Xbox as well, but now Xbox brings their games to PC. And yeah, now certain companies don't release games on PC, but now this is going to be talked about. So Final Fantasy VII Remake was later released on PC, but there's been no official word on whether Rebirth will make the same transition, even if it now seems extra likely. I think it definitely will. I think that's absolutely true, because why would you release the first part of a game on PC and then not release any of the other parts? That would be the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and if they do that, it's going to be a real problem because people are going to just boycott Final Fantasy games on PC. People will get very angry because this is the second part of a game. You can't just release one part on a platform and then abandon it, although that has happened in the past for some games. So I don't know, but That would be really crappy of them. It's also unclear whether the final part of Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy is already signed up as a PlayStation exclusive or not, or whether it and the other 2 games can eventually make their way to Xbox and perhaps the Switch. What's going to be weird is if they do decide to go multi-platform with the 3rd part of the series, when are they going to bring the first 2 out on Xbox? Because they're going to have to rush those out. Then when are we going to get the second one on PC? And what's going to happen with the Switch 2 when that comes out? Like, I don't know. Anyway, while the report doesn't make any specific mention of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth sales, profits were down over the previous year, despite major HD game releases from 210 million to 129 million, which is very significant decrease in profit, which is very bad. Square Enix does note that net sales were up by 1% over the previous year, but profits dropped due to year-on-year decline in MMO and mobile game sales, which is actually the ones that are keeping them afloat, higher development costs and content production account valuation losses, a reference to the 112 million it lost by scrapping a number of planned projects. Thank you. According to Square Enix, these projects were abandoned because they didn't fit with this new revamped vision, suggesting they were either single platform or relied on external teams, which the quote below implies Square Enix is trying to rely less on. A project-by-project review of continued development feasibility found these particular efforts to be incompatible with the group's revised approach to the game development of HD games, which reflects such objectives as multi-platform development and strengthening. Anyway, we don't need to read the whole thing, to be honest, because you guys can keep reading. I'll leave it on the screen. But in the end of the day, the main thing I want to go at here is the fact that we should be seeing more Square Enix games in the future going forward. Coming to Xbox, Switch, and also PC, which is my preferred platform, which I'm very happy with. And this has been something that's just long overdue. Everybody in the gaming industry has been saying these games should not be just exclusive to one platform. It's going to impact Square Enix. Like, no wonder their sales are going down, we've been saying over the last year, because they're only releasing it on one platform. What are you expecting? So this is not really that surprising to me. It's nice that we're actually hearing it from the company themselves now, but yeah. Thank God, finally, we should be able to get some of these games coming to PC a little bit faster and Xbox and other platforms so more people get to play, which is always a better deal for everybody. Anyway, that's it for this video. As I said at the start, please do check out my live streaming channels. I would really appreciate that. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now, guys.